In today's session, we will be continuing the discussion on phase shifters. In the previous session, let me just quickly recall what we completed. We started with the basics of what is a phase shifter. You can see it on the screen. So what is a phase shifter? It has got two types, and the basic, the phase change or the phase shift or the phase delay, we call it beta into L, which is 2 pi by lambda G into L. So we have seen about this. Then there are two methods how to change the phase. One, keeping the length same, changing the medium, or keeping the medium same and making the length to vary. So these are the two methods to get the phase change. Then coming to the types of phase shifters, we have already discussed about a dielectric phase shifter. You can see three different figures here in line. First one is the cross-sectional view, the side view, and the three-dimensional view. And we have seen the phase change delta phi, it is beta 1 minus beta 2 into L, where L is, what is L? L is the length of this dielectric material which you have put inside the waveguide. Now coming to the precision phase shifter, the second type. So what do you mean by precision? The desired quantity of phase shift can be achieved by making use of this precision phase shifter. For example, if I want a phase shift of 45 degrees, it is possible. And in mechanism, we will be seeing this figure here. Again, this whatever arrangement you are looking at, it is similar. The arrangement is similar to that of your attenuator, wherein you're using this kind of structure. It is a waveguide combination. Okay, I'll be explaining you that. Whatever angle theta you have here, its double will be the phase shift. So if I want to say 60 degrees of phase shift, this angle should be 30 degrees. And if this angle is say 45 degrees, the phase shift will be 90 degrees. Okay, so precision phase shifter is what? The desired quantity of the phase shift we can achieve by making use of this particular phase shifter. Okay, let us see the structure first. A precision phase shifter, it can be designed as a rotary type as shown. Look at the figure. You can see again, you have this one particular section, the central section, which is your circular section. Somewhere I might have written it, rotary section. Okay, I have written a rotary section, and I have given this direction indicating this particular part, the central part, rotary section is rotatable. Okay, 360 degrees rotation is possible with this. The arrangement is like that. Okay, yahan pe if you see this section and this section, in between them we will be having a certain the mechanism here. Okay, some mechanism will be there through which these two different sections are tied. So you can move this particular section. Here also this particular part and this rotary section, they will be joined through certain mechanism. Okay, there you have some joint here. So this particular, the center section, what we call a C section, circular section or rotary section, it is rotatable by 360 degrees. This arrangement is similar to that of the attenuator, which you have seen already. This is your waveguide. If you observe, there is a rectangular waveguide whenever some input is applied. Okay, this is your input port, the other end is output port. So whenever you are applying the incident wave, if it is propagating from this port, so here it is a rectangular waveguide. After that, there is a transition from rectangular to circular, looking from this side. If I look from this side, there is a transition of circular to rectangular. Similarly, this is your center rotary section. After that, at the second port, if you see, if the wave comes out from the circular section, it will move, and there is a transition here, circular to rectangular. This transition, after this, again you will have a rectangular waveguide. So again, it's a combination, right? You have center circular section, and two sides you have transition sections, circular to rectangular or rectangular to circular. Then talking about the inside structure, the dielectric slabs, what we put inside, you can see a tapered sections. You can see the structure is somewhat like this. It is not simple rectangular or so. Some tapering is there for these particular resistive cards, what you call in attenuators. We have called these sections as resistive cards in case of your attenuator, but here we will be simply calling them dielectric plates, okay, which we have put inside this phase shifter. So how many plates you can see? There are 3 plates. Observe the length of this first plate and the third plate. जो आपके transition region में जो plates हैं, the length of these plates is equal to L. You can see the length is L. In the earlier dielectric phase shifter also we have seen the length of the material which you put inside the waveguide is L. Okay, and even the third material, you can see the third plate, it is also having the length L. But what about the center plate? Check out what is the length. The length of the center plate which is placed at this center section, rotary section, it is 2L. So we call this first and third plate as lambda by 4 plate. That is quarter wave section, quarter wave plate. And this is also quarter wave section or quarter wave plate. And the middle one, this which is having the length 2L, it is called half wave section or half wave plate. Okay, I'm talking about the structure now. Okay, still I'm not into the operation, how the things take place. I'm just giving you the highlights of the construction and what are the components inside this phase shifter. Okay, what all is left? You can see talking to input. Consider this. EI is your incident electric field. Okay, if you see, it is like this. If your waveguide mouth is like this, okay, consider this is your waveguide. This is the direction of your electric field. Okay, vertical direction to this wall. This base, it is vertical. So this is your what? Y direction, you can say. And coming out, you can see again it is vertical only, even though I have drawn the structure slant, but if you see this mouth, for this it is perpendicular. So for this mouth it is vertical. So this is your output, the wave which comes out at the end, at the second port. Output port is E naught. You can see if EI is your incident wave, at the output port, you will get the wave EI whose phase is 2 theta. So now let us see what is theta. Look at this center section carefully. You have a rotary section starting from this. Okay, assume I have drawn 2 different circles here, indicating एक circle जो है it is for this particular section, जो आपका transition region है वहां का है. So that is your rotary section plate. जो rotary section का plate है उसका plane है. It is the plane of that. Do you understand what do you mean by plane? If I keep something like this, this is your rectangular waveguide. This front face, that is what? The plane. So coming to this circular section, this whatever you can see the circular dots, This is your plane of rotary section, जो center वाला है. And if you see, one more line I have drawn. So two circles I have drawn. So the second circle indicates the in plane of input plate. What is that plate? It is this which is having length 2L. So out of these two dotted circles, first circle indicates the plane for rotary section. First round circle. This one indicates the plane of rotary section, rotary plate. And the second circle indicates the second one, because after this, when your rotary section से यहाँ तक है, तो rotary section जहाँ से start होगा, that first is your plane of rotary section. And after that, immediately you have put this dielectric slab inside. So after immediately that, then the plane of input, this plate starts. Okay, so for this dielectric slab or the material which you have put inside, so for this plate, this second circle, the yellow or the orange color which I have shown you, that indicates the plane. So there are two planes indicating two circles. So if you see, there is an angle shown here. So if you have this and this, two directions, actually I have drawn these arrow marks of wavy kind of things, but if you try to draw it in the straight lines, the angle between them is theta. So you can ask me, you have drawn both circles, so how to take this theta angle? It is meaningless, right? So why I'm telling this is, whatever this plate is there, its alignment is important. You try to imagine 3D point of view. Okay, ये एक plate है, उसका tilt imagine करो, उसका plane imagine करो आप. Okay, so वो जो angle में रहेगा, this plate, okay, no doubt ये जो मैंने circles लिया है for your reference. Thinking in a 3-dimensional view, assume you have this circle section, you have one plate. So ये जो plate है जिस angle में tilted होगा, and ये जो plane है, the circular section plane, इन दोनों के बीच में जो angle होगा, that is a theta. Okay, I cannot make this identify theta on the 2-dimensional paper, but try to imagine the 3D view. The resistive card or the dielectric plate which I'm using here, this dielectric plate's position with respect to this circular section. Okay, so if you imagine that, the angle between them will be theta. So जैसे जैसे आप ये angle change करोगे, whatever say आपको अगर ये theta angle आपने 30 degree set किया है, means ये जो आपका the plane of rotary section है and ये जो आपका dielectric plate है, इन दोनों के planes के बीच में का जो angle आएगा, that is 30 degrees. So something like this, right? So this is your 30 degrees. अगर ये आपका circular section का plane है, तो आपका dielectric plate का जो plane होगा ऐसे होगा. So the angle between them will be 30 degrees. So if I set this theta 30 degrees, at the output you will be getting 60 degrees, 2 times the theta. And we have already seen the two dominant modes in case of rectangular and in case of circular when we were dealing with the attenuators part. So in case of rectangular waveguide, let me just quickly show you the slide. In case of rectangular waveguide, which is the dominant mode, hope you remember. Let me just quickly show you the slide so that you'll remember. I have written here, the dominant mode for circular waveguide is TE11. Dominant mode for rectangular waveguide is TE10. So just like this, so we have the conversions of the different modes whenever we pass from this transition section to the circular section. Then after this circular section throughout, when it reaches through transition section, again the mode gets converted. So the mode conversion occurs. So you know about this already, about the mode conversions. So anything is left out? I think most of the structural part I have just explained you. The same thing I have written here. It consists of a circular waveguide. I'm talking about the middle section, containing a lossless dielectric plate of length 2L. I am talking about the middle section now. It is the circular waveguide which is having a lossless dielectric plate inside whose length is 2L. And we call this center plate half wave plate or half wave section. Okay, I have written here half wave section, that is lambda by 2. This section, it can be rotated over 360 degrees precisely. As I've told you, the mechanism is set like that. ये जो है यहाँ पे joint रहेगा, so that ये जो center part है, it can be rotated. The structure, try to imagine, between the two sections of the different transitions. Each of these transition sections, I am talking about these remaining two, this one and the other one. So these two transitions, the first transition is rectangular to circular, second transition is circular to rectangular. So each of these transition sections, they contain lossless dielectric plates of length L, right? We have put two plates of length small l, and we call them lambda by 4 plate or quarter wave section. Quarter wave section, or in bracket I have written lambda by 4. And these are oriented at an angle of 45 degrees with respect to the broad wall of the rectangular waveguide poles. I am talking about these sections. जो length L है, that is lambda by 4 plates, they are tilted. Okay, I cannot show you the tilt here. If this is your broader wall, see, this is your smaller wall, this is your broader wall of the waveguide. With respect to the broader wall means ये जो base है आपका, assume this is your waveguide, mouth है, from this it is moving, this is your rectangular waveguide section. The plate which is kept inside this one and this one, first and third, these are tilted, means ऐसे रहेगा. Okay, ये एक single line दिखेगा आपको front view से. Actually single line means ये वाला section दिखेगा आपको. So this is tilted at an angle of 45 degrees. So ये जो single line दिख रहा है आपको, the single line is actually what? The dielectric plates, lambda by 4 plates. They are oriented at an angle of 45 degrees with respect to the broader wall of the rectangular waveguide poles at the input and the output, right? One is at the input side, the other one is at the output side. The incident TE10 mode, because at the mouth, initially when the wave enters the waveguide, it is rectangular. That's why the dominant mode is TE10. So TE10 mode, it is in the rectangular waveguide. It gets converted whenever it moves into the transition region and it reaches the center section. So transition कैसे होगा? Just try to mark it here. From the incident part, you will get, let me take a different color so that it is visible to you. TE10 will enter because rectangular waveguide hai. After transition region, okay, when it passes through the transition region, it will reach a circular section. Circular section ka length itna hai. So here mode conversion happens TE11. So ye jo TE11 mode hai, this will be maintained till this, right? The same mode will propagate till this point. After this, it will encounter one more transition, circular to rectangular. Here again, the mode gets converted to TE10. So TE10 will come out. The incident TE10 mode in the rectangular waveguide, it becomes TE11 in the circular section. Okay, so circular section में क्या है? It has a dielectric plate whose we call it lambda by 2 plate. In the middle section you have lambda by 2 plate. So this half wave section जो भी center में है, it will produce a phase shift equal to twice its rotation angle. So first of all, you need to understand what is this rotation angle. As I explained you just now, if suppose this is your circular waveguide, okay, let me draw it here. ये आपका circular waveguide है, center section. I am only drawing the center section. Looking from this end, अगर आप यहाँ पे रुके हो, and if you're observing, आपको सिर्फ ये सर्कल दिखेगा, ये आपको लाइंस नहीं दिखेंगे. ओके, दैट इज वेरी ऑब्वियस. ये फ्रंट व्यू है. सो इफ यू सी दिस the circular waveguide, inside this I have put lambda by 2 plate like this. अब इसका orientation क्या होगा? As I have told you here, theta is the angle between the plate of the plane for this plate and plane for this plate. So if I observe from the front, ये जो plate है, इसका tilt क्या होगा? I don't know what is that tilt, but somewhere I will just keep it something like this. This single line indicates this complete plate is tilted. Okay, so with respect to this plane, with respect to that plane, the angle is theta. Try to imagine. Okay, so if the rotation angle is theta, this half wave section, the center section, it is the major who is having the length 2L, it will produce the phase shift equal to twice the rotation angle. That is, जो finally आपका wave जो output port से निकलेगा, that will be having the phase shift of 2 theta. So अगर rotation angle theta है, तो आपका output it is having the phase shift of 2 theta. With respect to the quarter wave section, the dielectric plates, they are tapered. Even I had explained about this in the previous dielectric phase shifter also. The ends will be tapered to reduce the reflections. So here also you can see I have not used, the phase shifter within this. The dielectric plates which are used, they are simply of this structure. They are not like this, a rectangular or something. They have some tapered sections like this. Why? In order to reduce the reflections due to the discontinuity. What is that discontinuity? There is a transition. So ये पूरा जो है section, ये एक material नहीं है. Okay. So there are some joints there. This is one section, this is second section, this is your third section, all together put. So because of the discontinuities, जो भी reflections produce होंगे, उसको आप कम करने के लिए you use these kind of structures. इसका जो construction है, it will be tapered like this. Okay. So this is about the construction and the components that are present in the phase shifter, rotary vane shifter, what we call it. Now coming to the principle of operation, ये जो 2 theta है, वो कैसे produce होता है? Mathematical analysis we have to do. Okay, so let us start that. Let us do this in a very peaceful way, because there are many steps involved here. So let us deal with this principle in a very in steps. So slowly we will move. Okay, when TE10 mode, it enters the rectangular waveguide. Okay, input port say TE10 mode, it will enter into the input rectangular waveguide. Then it is converted to TE11. You know this already. Whenever there is a transition, the modes gets converted. Okay. Now at the input side, we are assuming that some wave is entering. So let that wave entering is EI. So EI, let EI be the maximum electric field strength of this mode. So जो भी यहाँ पे enter हो रहा है, you can see I have drawn it here. This is the wave which is entering. You can see I have drawn this electric field vertical to this base. Base is a rectangular broader wall. So ये आपका vertical position है. So let EI indicates the maximum electric field strength of this mode. So this, whenever an electric field or magnetic field, it enters some material, some medium, it gets resolved into different components. This you have already seen in your vector analysis, right? So tell me, electric field, whether it is a scalar quantity or a vector quantity. Whether electric field intensity E is a scalar quantity or a vector quantity. So when we EI, we are assuming that the maximum EI indicates the maximum electric field strength of the mode, and as electric field, as you said, it is a vector quantity. So vector resolution we have studied already. So any vector can be resolved into two components, horizontal and vertical. So here also, whenever EI enters the rectangular waveguide, it is resolved into two components. And those two components are, say, E1 and E2. And how these E1 and E2 are? E1 is parallel to the plate. So which plate I am talking about? Okay. Coming to this figure. EI is entering through this port. Okay. When it enters, so it is a TE10 mode. Okay. So tell me, when EI enters, as I am telling, it is resolved into two components. One is E1, the other one is E2. That is, one is a horizontal component, the other one is a vertical component. I am talking this with respect to one plate. So which plate I am talking about? You can just look at the figure and tell me which is the plate that I am talking about now, when the wave enters the rectangular waveguide. So as soon as let me just repeat it one more time. Whenever a wave enters, the electric field enters this, I'm telling you, this is what? TE10 mode, because it is a rectangular waveguide. So this mode, the wave, when it enters, it resolves into two components. One is horizontal, that is E1, the other one is vertical, say E2, E1 and E2. And I am giving you these E1 and E2. You can see here, E1 is parallel to the plate and E2 is perpendicular to the plate. Means E1 आपका horizontal component हो गया, E2 vertical component हो गया. Here I have simply written the plate. So which plate I am talking about? That was my question. So obviously it is your first plate, λ/4. And as I have told you, the first and the third plates, how they are kept? They are at 45 degrees. I have explained you just now about this. You can see each transition sections, they contain the dielectric plates of length L. We call them quarter wave, λ/4 sections, and they are oriented at an angle of 45 degrees with respect to the broader wall. So उनका position fix है. Only center जो plate है λ/2 plate, उसका position theta रहेगा. That theta, it depends upon you. आप कैसे orient करोगे, आपको कितना phase shift चाहिए, accordingly you decide what should be the theta. But however, plate 1 and plate 3, the first and the end, front and the end, the two plates, what we call input and output plates, their orientation is fixed. It is a 45 degrees. You can see in the figure, the plate's orientation with respect to this horizontal axis. Horizontal axis is your broader wall of the rectangular waveguide. So it is fixed. First and third, the positions are fixed, 45 degrees. And if you see from this, now this is your reference line. Look into the first figure. Let me just tell you about first figure only. This circle indicates your circular waveguide. Okay, when it enters, there is a transition. So in this transition region, you are keeping this plate, λ/4 plate, and its position is 45 degrees with respect to your broader wall of the rectangular waveguide. So abhi for resolving the electric field, if I take electric field EI, that is vertical, right? It is vertical. You can see, अगर आप ये देखेंगे, it is vertical to the wall, right? Opening के vertical में है ये. So you can see the direction of this electric field. It is perpendicular. It is perpendicular to this opening. Okay, ये आपका broader wall है, उसके लिए ये vertical रहेगा. So that in the first figure, observe, I have drawn it here. EI, it is vertical. But as the plate is at an angle of 45 degrees, see, the position of the plate is fixed now. This field is resolved into two components. That is, one is parallel to this plate, the other one is perpendicular to the plate. So you can ask me, whenever a field is there, okay, ये अगर आपका generally, okay, whenever we take it like this, okay, a vector is there, it is resolved into two components. One is horizontal, one is vertical. So generally horizontal means हम या x या y axis लेते हैं. But here I am not considering this axis. Now for my reference, your plate जो है lambda by 4 plate, इसका जो axis रहेगा, that is your reference line now. From this, take one is horizontal line, the other one is perpendicular line, and E1 and E2 indicates the horizontal component and vertical component. E1 is parallel to this plate, E2 is perpendicular to the plate. Hope you understood the first figure, so that I can move to the second figure. Please understand the markings which I have done. If this is a 45 degrees, the remaining is obviously 45 degrees, right? Then only it becomes total of 90 degrees. And when it is 45 degrees, when you are resolving equally into two components, this angle is also 45 degrees. Okay, so these are the markings. This is for the input quarter wave plate, the only first plate which is used. About that I have drawn. Now what will happen after this? Look into the figure. So about this I have drawn now, first figure. Okay, first plate के बाद, after this it will enter the circular section. So अभी circular section में field components क्या रहेंगे, we will see. Hope you understood the first figure. After the propagation through the first plate, this quarter wave plate, these components are, that's what, E1 and E2, they are resolved into horizontal and vertical components, and you can write them mathematically. Yes, you can write them mathematically. What is E1? Generally, you know, whenever you resolve a vector into two components, this is horizontal, this is vertical. Horizontal component is whatever, say, agar ye aapka value V hai, so this will be V cos theta. Okay, this is general. And vertical component kya hoga? V sin theta. So this is, we have already studied in vector analysis, resolution of vectors. Yes. So horizontal component cos rahega, vertical component sin rahega. So that's why E1 and E2 I have written as EI, because